What up? It's Raphael back again. I got my crew with me. I got the Barlowe Boys. I got James. What up, James? Then I got Cam back in the house. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going straight, directly to the point. Going to make our predictions. And we'll start off with the series that everybody is talking about. Everybody wants to hear about. I'm going first. I'm a Blazers fan. Been a Blazers fan for a minute. I got Blazers over Lakers in 6. 6 games. Blazers are I think we're 6-2. No, we may be 7-2. I can't remember off the top of my head. 7-2 in the last 9 games. The games we did lose, we lost to Boston. They got off to a big start. We came back, and then we just couldn't close it out in the end. Then, the Clipper game, lost to them. Dame uncharacteristically missed 2 free throws. But other than that, they haven't been pretty wins. But a win is a win. So we got momentum. And then they got that team in LA who, whether you believe it, they were just kind of cruising through. They didn't look good. And I think with Portland, their playoffs already started. So they're already in playoff mode. And I got them upsetting the Lakers. To me, this is going to be like the Mavs Warriors in 2007, where the Warriors had to win so many different things. They had to have so many things go their way in order for them to get the 8th spot. So their playoffs already started a month before. And they came in and they upset the number 1 seed Mavs, who I think won 65 or 66 games that year. Something crazy.
67, I think.
67. So Cam is the LeBron fan, which means he a Laker fan. Give me your thoughts on this.
My prediction, obviously, I got Lakers winning the first round. I got it 4-2 Lakers. But with that said, I'm hella concerned. I ain't gonna even lie. I think is the whole playoffs right now is just gonna be based off of who's playing well right off from the bubble. You know what I mean? And the Blazers are one of the hottest teams, and they're in rhythm. They're going. You know what I'm saying? And Dame, dude, averaged 37 a game, 37 and 9 assists. That's crazy numbers in the last 9 games. And Bron and AD have been mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Bron been 22, 7 and 7, which is not. It's great for everybody else almost, but that's not Bron type numbers. You know what I'm saying? And AD's only 21 and 9. And I hope they got some switch to click. You know what I'm saying? But the positives I think out of it is you hope that your 2 superstars they'll figure it out, and then you got Kuz has been playing good, and even Waiter's been playing pretty solid throughout the bubble. So those 2 guys are playing like they have been playing. Kuz 15 a game, shooting 44% from 3, and then you got Waiters averaging 12 points, 12 off the bench. If those guys bring you some bench production, or Kuz probably gonna start, but if they produce, and then hopefully you get Bron back to the 25, 25, 8 and 10, and then you get AD to produce his numbers, then I think Lakers should come out 4-2.
Well, Bron can get his numbers. Can AD read the double teams? And can other guys knock down open shots?
Yeah. But like I said, they haven't been doing that in the bubble,
Boxes and elbows.
Yeah, if this was back before the season got interrupted, shoot, I probably would say 4-1 Lakers, dang near a sweep, because they were playing that good. And the way they've been playing in the bubble, it's just been I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know if Frank Vogel got some defensive schemes in his playbook to call to try to slow down Dame and what, but those guys been balling, and Melo's been balling too. But I'm real concerned. Like they can legit lose, and then they just wasted 3/4 of the season working to get number one seed, and the layoff hurt them the worst. So that's what it's looking like. It's hurting them the worst. So we'll see. But I think AD and Bron step up, and I say 4-2.
I'm gonna have to agree with Cam. Portland's defense is trash, man, and that's like the biggest concern for me. It's like I know the Lakers been struggling, but like Portland just can't stop anybody. Like every game they play was a nail biter, And I understand that there's no John Morant out there for the Lakers that you have to stop from getting into the paint, where he's just too quick. But like they just so bad on defense, man. And like Melo's been playing good basketball. He's accepted his role, but
sometimes he's I was a little concerned when he couldn't really post up Tolliver. He couldn't.
Yeah, and then like defensively, they were putting him in pick and roll. The Grizzlies were. So it's like what scares me is that if the Lakers start Kuzma, it's like how does the defensive matchups work out? Because like, yeah, man, he's a liability on defense, and like you don't really want him to. I guess you want to regard LeBron as he can go old man strength for old man strength, but if he gets switched off on Kuzma, and it's not that Kuzma's gonna light him up, it's just his help defensive instincts are just bad. And that's where the Lakers get you when you double LeBron and he hits Kuzma. Kuzma, he's gonna shoot enough to get hot. I mean, they don't have a choice. It's just they don't have scores like that. So man, the Laker hater in me wants to go Blazers in 7, but I'm gonna go Lakers in 6 just because I don't think they can defend. And like I said, they'll double Dame, and I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. I hope I'm wrong.
I might let LeBron get his. Just we can't stop you. We're gonna let you get yours. A lot of twos, and we'll exchange 2s for 3s. AD gets the ball. We doubling on the catch, and then we. I don't. Well, if the Lakers start cools, then I think it helps Portland with Melo at the 3. But because Kuz, to me, he's not really a threat to go to the rack. But if they don't start Kuz, I don't know. I just don't like Melo at the 3. I think
don't either.
The best lineup is when he's at the 4. If Collins is hurt, then that means they'll probably end up going with their best lineup, which is
Gary Trent. But they're gonna play them 45 minutes a night.
They have been. And that's why I think part of the reason why some of their games has been bad, because they've just been winded at the end. Like that game against Brooklyn, Nurk, he was red. His face was red. He couldn't get a rebound, and he was winded. But, I'm glad they got 2 days off, because if they would have lost yesterday, they would have had to play. And then they had so 2 days off is probably like the most they've had. I know at one point it was like 4 games in 6 days or whatever. So I feel like they have a rhythm. Like their lineup is somewhat set. Like guys are just kind of somewhat used to playing together, while the Lakers seem like they've been resting guys. Bron been on 1 game. AD, I feel like he's took a couple games off. And so I think that, I don't know, the Lakers just don't seem like they have a rhythm. Then I also feel like they have so many guys. Like it may not seem like they have depth, but they have so many guys that somebody's going to be totally out the rotation.
Talking about the Lakers?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that, though.
You don't believe what?
I don't believe in the Lakers' depth.
Like, on paper, they got guys.
They didn't have a rotation. Like,
yeah.
Quentin Cook was getting DNPs and he started,
Well, I think they need to play him because
It's just like if Vogel somehow, I think that those minutes that they play Dwight or McGee, you got to kill them in pick and roll. But yeah, those minutes where AD gonna commit to doubling Dame the whole time? I don't know. But also, I mean, they had that success with the Pelicans because Drew Holiday is a great defender. So like, who's initially guarding Dame? I don't know. I think Dame is gonna go crazy, but I don't know how they defend.
Well, I think the Pelicans got away with doubling Dame because at the time Nurk wasn't the passer that he is now. Now, if you double Dame, you put Nurk in the middle, then he may, he can make a play. He can hit Melo or Trent on the corner. So I like it when teams double Dame because, I mean, yeah, you take him out, but Melo and Trent been knocking down open shots. And then Nurk is so agile, man. He can. Now, if Whiteside is in, that's when I worry because he can't make a play. You give him the ball in the middle. He can't put the ball on the floor. He may throw up that little touch shot, but Nurk is definitely more of a weapon.
How concerned you guys about CJ McCullum in his back injury?
Hey, he got it fixed, man. They did something because he had the game. He won the game last game in the clutch. He hit the big shot against the Nets, had the stop, and I think, yeah, I'm saying like, I mean, Caruso's an underrated defender, but he gonna dance on him. KCP seemed like he a little hurt. I think he hurt his ankle.
I mean, I don't like them dudes. Don't scare me on CJ. It's just CJ. Like CJ got to get to the foul line, but that's just not really his game. But like, if they could somehow put him, they wouldn't do it. But if they could somehow put him in the middle, and he got the cooking 1-on-1. He's gonna get his. But like, it's just like, man, Wenyen Gabriel, he can't play, bro. Can't play against the Lakers, man. The minutes he stole against the Grizzlies.
But that's because Collins was hurt.
But Collins he's just not good, man.
Yeah, he hasn't played well. But I think like the Lakers, if the Lakers keep trying to play big, then he'll be another big body that they can throw at their bigs.
Yeah. He's been disappointed, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like when the Blazers play two bigs. Like, I feel like every game when they play two bigs, then the league gets, smaller, or there's no driving lanes because teams are going to let him shoot, even though he's shown that he can make some, but he's not enough of a shooter where teams are going to really rotate out hard on him. And then it's not like he's going to put the ball on the floor if they close out.
He didn't finish in traffic either, like on some of those dump offs where they double and then Nurkic is at the high post. Like he was missing against the Nets wing. So it's like
there's still no space in there. I mean, that lane is going to be congested with the two bigs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But if Hezonja can play decent, like he's weird to me. Like he's got talent. Like he can pass a little bit. He can put the ball on the floor. He is athletic. He can make shots sometimes. He just can't do anything good.
Everything he does sometimes.
Yeah, he can do a lot of stuff. He just don't have that one thing where you're going to get it out of him. I think Trent is the X factor. I know he's got to be tired, man, because he had to guard Ja. He had to guard LeVert on the island.
Hey, you notice all that trolling it ended. Let's see. He was trolling Paul George. He didn't say nothing to Harden. He didn't want them problems.
Like you can't talk to Harden because he got unlimited bullets. Like what can you say to him? Like he can come and dribble between his legs 90 times and do whatever he wants.
He didn't say not a word to Karis LeVert because he was serving.
He was cooking.
He didn't say nothing to John.
That dude so fast.
Man, he waited too fast, dog. And he he be contorting his body. You can tell he double tap square on 2K. He one of them kind of dudes, man.
Yeah, he's super fast. I don't even know why they even ran screens for him. They could have just let him just go by.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got yeah. I'm the only one. I'm a die on this hill, but I got Blazers in 6. Blazers in 6. Blazers winning the first game.
I want chaos, man. So, but
no home court advantage.
Yeah, there's no home court.
I mean, records say like a number 1 is not going to lose to an 8. Records say Bron has never lost in the first round.
Ever.
But I don't know. Dame does not want to lose. And then I think at the end of the day, if the game is close, it's just going to come down to who has the best shot makers. LeBron and AD or Dame and CJ?
I ain't betting against Bron in no first round, man.
I mean, you bet against him in the playoffs last year. We still ain't got that money yet, James.
Need my money.
Bron ain't never gonna miss the playoffs. I mean, yeah, he had an injury, but he did try to turn it on at the end, and he couldn't turn it on.
Couldn't turn it on.
All right, next series. This is gonna be a good one. Also, it's the series that the second most series I'm looking forward to seeing. Thunder Rockets. I'm sorry, yeah, Thunder Rockets.
I'm going Rockets in 6, man. I don't believe in the Thunder scoring enough points to beat the Rockets, even without Westbrook. And if I think Westbrook's gonna thug it out, and he's gonna eventually come back. So yeah, I'm going Rockets. Steven Adams, what you gonna do? You gotta guard somebody, Steven Adams. Also, the Rockets thrive on. Not the Rockets, excuse me. Thunder thrive on teams playing drop bigs against Chris Paul. Ain't nobody dropping. So, Chris Paul, 35, he's going to play one-on-one for an entire series against switching. It's going to be tough. You got guys like Dort. Who else do they play at the wing? I mean, they're defenders first, but D'Antoni's gonna let them shoot. So the Rockets they're a bad matchup for everybody, man.
And yeah, they got Eric Gordon back too now.
Yeah, James is in his bag. He's not really settling. I think the Rockets get them out of there. So yeah.
Same thing. I got Rockets 4-2. Too much Harden, man. Too much. You're gonna average like 40 every night. And like you said, I don't know if OKC has enough scoring power to keep up with them in a 7-game series. You know what I mean? So, but I think they'll squeeze out a couple games here and there. They may catch some bad shooting or whatever, but to win the series, I don't think they just got enough offensively to beat the Rockets. So, Rockets 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Houston wins game 1, then Russ is not playing until game 3. If they lose game 1, they look bad, then they're gonna end up trying to bring Russ back early. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, on paper, the Thunder don't look good at all. I should say they don't look good, but they don't look as good as their record indicates. I think Gallinari is probably the key. But yeah, I mean, they probably gonna have to run Gallo at the 5. But then what would their lineup be? Paul, Gilgeous Alexander.
Paul, Schroeder, SGA, Dort, Gallinari.
So it's like, are you equipped to play that way? Because that's how Houston plays. So OKC isn't used to playing that way. And if I'm Steven Adams, I'm like you said, I'm mad. I'm like, dang, man, am I gonna play this series?
Right. Houston's fake bigs are good, man. Jeff Green, he looking like he's supposed to be in his whole career.
Yeah. Jeff Green. I think, like I said, Gordon is back. That should help out. Only thing is that when Harden goes to the bench, Austin Rivers is the only guy. I don't know who's going to pass the ball.
Harden not going to the bench, man. He built to play 45 minutes tonight.
I mean, he is, but you still got to rest him. If he gets in any kind of foul trouble, they don't, who's gonna bring the ball up and run the offense?
He be hacking, man.
He's sweating, man. But I mean, Gordon to help out because that's Eric Gordon's been shooting like trash this year, but he's another guy that can dribble and put the ball on the floor.
But it's straight line. It's a hard, like he gritting his teeth, straight line drive.
He don't dribble as much as Julian Newman, but you can tell he makes the same faces.
Yeah, Julian Newman be dribbling like he got one of them heavy balls. But yeah, I got Rockets. I'm going Rockets in 6. All right, the next one, Jazz Nuggets. It's gonna be interesting because Mike Conley's not playing. He's gonna miss, I guess, 3 games, and then Denver is still without Barton and Harris.
They don't need Barton and Harris.
I mean, I think they do. I mean, if they want to go far, they do.
I feel like Gary Harris has been going down for a couple years, and like get Michael Porter Jr., it erases all of that. And like I know Will Barton was a secondary playmaker, but like you got Jokic, so you got Jokic, you got Murray, you got MPJ. I think the Nuggets get them out of there in 5.
Yeah, I mean, Utah's gonna be without really 2 starters,
Jazz
and Conley.
The Jazz bench it's a Jordan Clarkson show, and you already know he's feast or famine. So yeah,
I don't know. He took his braids out. It seemed like he took his weave out, and so he had a good game. Did he have a good game with the weave or without it?
I don't know. I think it's probably weighing him down. You know, when we used to have braids, and you take your braids out, and then your hair like stick up for a while. You got that beat tennis ball. This stuff was laid still, man.
Because he had that Tyler Perry movie, Lace Front. I had to go on Instagram, or I went on Google and I typed in Jordan Clarkson Jazz. And the picture, like the picture have the date. Yo, he for real had a brush cut when.
Man, look, my hair grows super fast, right? I ain't had a haircut all quarantine, whatever. I just don't feel like going. I don't go anywhere, so I'm thugging it out. I can't get no. He had hang time.
Hang time, man. He had that D Brown, Illinois hang time.
Yeah.
He had the circles where you start the weave and the braid at the top.
Yeah, but he's the only one they got on the bench. They don't have enough horses, and then the Nuggets are super deep. Jokic and Gobert isn't, you already know how I feel about Gobert, but what he does doesn't matter against Jokic defensively.
I don't know, but they when they played against each other, Gobert put up numbers.
He had 32 and like 14, and then he had another 30, 20 something crazy. Like, Jokic get his against what's his name, Gobert, and it's like you have to play a lot of minutes for Mitchell and Ingles. They're the only one that can make plays.
Yeah. So
I got it 4-1 also. I'm not a believer in Utah.
Oh, what's going don't pass? Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in them guys, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver, but I think it goes 7. I think it goes 7. Because I don't think Denver's guys are in shape. Jokic.
But I mean, he may not be in shape, but all right, they're playing Moutier against Moutier. Yeah, like
I think the Jazz are a well-coached team. I think Donovan Mitchell's gonna have unlimited bullets, and I think sometimes those guys are hard to guard because he can go 10 for 32,
He's going 8 for 22 every night, man.
All right, if he get into the line. All right, so in this podcast, we're just gonna cover the West. So we got the last series, Mavs Clippers, and you got the Mavs historically great offense versus the Clippers D. I think this is the worst possible matchup for the Mavs because they got two guys that as strong as Luka, long, athletic, and then they can bring in Beverly to just harass him. I think Luka's going to get his. I mean, the thing is with the Mavs, if they want to upset, they're going to have they need Hardaway Jr. to shoot lights out. If he shoots lights out, then they got a chance. We got a series there. But if he's not the consistent third option, it could get ugly.
I got the Clippers, and I'm gonna account for the Mavs shooting lights out 2 games, but I got the Clippers in 6. I want to say 5. I'm gonna say 6 because they're gonna have a game where they're trying to work Trez and Lou back in, especially Trez. So I'm gonna go Clippers in 6. Like you said, it's just not a good matchup for Luka. Porzingis gonna get his, but Luka it's gonna be some rough nights for him just because, like you said, they got wing depth, and the Clippers coming back healthy. That game that they lost, if they'd have pulled Denver, those games they lost in this bubble that couldn't get them to 3, those came back to bite them.
Yeah, I mean, they just all year they've struggled closing games, except the Bucks game. But that game, I think Finney-Smith was knocking down everything. Luka was going crazy. But it was the NBA would hate it. But, I mean, it's everybody has the Clippers winning pretty easily. But the Mavs offense, if they can get clicking and cause some issues, I mean, the NBA would hate to see the Lakers and the Clippers out in the first round. They got 2 tough matchups.
Man, it's chaos. It's a totally different environment, man.
Yeah, no home court. I mean, the Clippers wouldn't have had a home court anyway. But yeah, it's just all about who was in shape, who was working out during the quarantine time. I mean, the Clippers have a lot of talent, but I mean, Trez can't be in like any type of shape. I mean, unless he was just hooping like during this time off, he can't be in like really good shape.
Trez can go work on his game. You know what I mean? Like, he got to play. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Just rebound, miss shots in training or something like that? Like,
his timing probably gonna be off because he ain't hoop, but like, yo, man, go sit a screen for Lou. Lou gonna hit you. You gonna dunk the ball, man. It ain't,
Hey, I actually got this series going 7 games, man.
What?
Clippers 4-3. I said Mavs, man. Like I said, their offense is tough, man. And I think Luka's gonna be. It sounds crazy, but Luka might have to do like. He might have to go 30, 15, and 9 every night.
He can do that.
He can do that though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
how he gets it though. It can be an ugly. Like, I'm about to look it up, but I don't think he had good splits against the Clippers all year. Like, he got his.
No, he didn't.
Like, he made him work for everything. And I mean, if you getting 30 and it's taking you a bunch of shots, and you know what I'm saying, you playing hero ball like he kind of does sometimes against the Clippers, I almost don't think it matters. Like, he averaged 29, 7, and 7 against them, but he shot like 27% from 3, which is lower than, his normal 32. So that's but 32 and 27 is huge.
Yeah, man, he's gonna be a inefficient volume 3-point shooter, because if he's playing the Clippers, every 3 that he takes is a contested sidestep.
Yeah,
he's not getting any catch and shoots.
was minus 16 against the Clippers. That was his worst. That was his worst matchup all year. So I mean, yeah, he'll get his because he had a ball in his hands and his 40% usage. But trying to score on Paul George and Kawhi for every play, and try to make a play against them the whole time, it's tough, bro.
Yeah, and then Beverly might pick him up at half court, harass him, and then switch off to I don't know what screen can you call?
Right.
Unless you're just trying to go at Zubats every play.
But Morris.
Yeah. All right, so we all agree with Clippers. We all agree Denver. We agree Houston, and then I'm outnumbered 2-1 in the Lakers Blazers series. I'm telling y'all, man, Portland gonna win in 6.
Man, I'm with you in spirit, bro.
They gonna win in 6. Dame is not trying to lose. And then
Go against Bron, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Who are the Lakers starting? LeBron, Danny Green.
Danny Green playing?
Was he not gonna play?
I didn't even know he was in Orlando. Bro, shooting that Lonzo Ball status.
You know, he had one game where he doesn't miss.
Yeah.
He good for one of those. He was terrible. But he can have one. I mean, Danny Green don't scare me, like, defensively.
Nah. But like Lakers got those dudes where, I mean, Deion Waiters can get cooking.
Who is Deion Waiters going to guard?
Man, if I mean, yeah, they ain't gonna guard much, but I mean, they also got Defensive Player of the Year backing them up too, though. So hey, if I got AD back there, I ain't really playing that much defense either, man.
But it's different against Dame, man. It ain't about being back there. If you die on one screen, he's shooting. If you
deep,
yeah, he a different dude, man.
He is.
Well, all right, we'll come back with the East. We'll probably do that tomorrow. Again, it's Raphael, Run the Floor podcast. Got my brothers James, Cam. Thanks for listening. YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcast. And
Switzerland.
Yo, and we out.